What are your thoughts on training?
Mate, I'm not into gyms and circuit training and all that kind of stuff. Surfing's a water sport, and that's where I think we should be, in the water.
Depends on the individual. I mean, no two people are the same, and no one person is the same all the time.
How important is discipline?
Discipline? What's that? Surfing should be fun, and if it's not fun, why are you doing it?
Discipline is everything. If you can't be disciplined, then you will never make it at the elite level.
And what about fun?
Discipline is fun.
What's the secret to success?
Just believe in yourself, then get out there and do it.
It's about luck and hard work. But the harder you work, the luckier you get.
What about our relationship?
What? You want to marry me?
No. What I mean is, how should it be between a coach and us?
I see us as a kind of family. I mean, we should be mates, friends.
Coach should be close, but not too close, otherwise you can't trust them to be fair and objective. And if there's no trust, there's nothing.
Dave, you are a legend. Come here, mate, come on.
Wow. That feels better. I thought I could swim, but you are an absolute fish. It's what I do to think, especially when I have a big decision to make. And have you made that decision? I don't think so. You? I think so too.
Hey, girls.
Come on, it's nearly time to meet.
Where's Charlie?
Or isn't he with you? We thought he was with you. Hope we don't have to spend the next 2 hours looking for him.
When it comes to making choices, there's one thing I've learned. Always do your homework. Gut feelings are good to start with, but when you really want to nail something, a little background research is hard to beat. Gotcha.
Okay, you've met both guys, you've heard what they have to say, you've thought about it. So,
Well, it's a no-brainer. Dave, he's the man.
well, that seems pretty unequivocal. What's everyone else think?
Dave gets my vote.
Oh, mine too.
Yeah, I'm definitely with Dave.
Dave.
So that just leaves you, Charlie. What do you say, do either of them measure up to your exacting standards?
As it turns out, yeah, I was impressed.
Awesome. How easy was that? So, when does Dave start?
Never, I hope.
Well, hang on, you just
I
said
said
that.
I was impressed, but not by Dave.
Oh, you can't mean you're voting for Gary.
That's what I mean.
How come?
Charlie, why?
It's simple. Gary will make a good coach, Dave won't.
Oh, come on, Charlie. You're only doing this to stir us. You're annoyed that we did the choosing and you're just making life hard for Beck.
Hang on, Cassie. Let's hear Charlie's reasons before we jump down his throat. Charlie?
Do you mind if I borrow your whiteboard, Beck?
Go right ahead.
What is Charlie's problem? Why does he have to make everything into this, like, major deal? Guess we're about to find out.
Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Okay, so there are two people in any coaching arrangement, the coach and the athlete. Who is the most important?
What is this, 20 questions?
No, only 3. Anyone?
Well, obviously the athlete.
Obviously. What do we get from Dave? Half an hour of non-stop stories about one person. Dave.
Oh, that's not fair. Your stories are fun.
Fun, the word which brings me to my next question. What is the most important thing a coach does?
Improves our skills, our competitiveness.
Right, and what was Dave's brilliant way of doing that? By having fun.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Well, nothing if you're in kindergarten. But this is supposed to be a place for elite athletes, not some splash and giggle holiday camp.
I don't think he was saying that.
No.
Wasn't he? What about how he was going to coach us? He wanted to be our friend. I'm sorry, but I don't want my coach to be my friend. I want my coach to be my coach. Dave is not a coach.
Okay, let's say you're right about Dave. What makes you so convinced that Gary could do the job?
Easy. Think about what Gary said when we asked him to talk about himself.
Yeah, I enjoyed the circuit. I learnt a lot. I learned from the best. It's behind me now. I'm happy to keep it that way.
He didn't tell us anything.
Exactly. Whereas Dave needed a muzzle to shut him up. He's still living in the past 24/7, whereas Gary's moved on. He's clear about what we need here.
Discipline is everything. If you can't be disciplined, then you will never make it at the elite level.
The same goes when asked how he would do things.
Coach should be close, but not too close. Otherwise, you can't trust them to be fair and objective. If there's no trust, there's nothing.
If you ask me, the choice is simple. We can either have a coach who will push us to achieve, or a mate to have fun and games with. I know which one I want.
Well, Charlie, you mightn't like Dave's approach, but the fact is, it's won him 8 titles. Gary's only won 2.
Yeah, exactly. There's no comparison. Dave's record speaks for itself.
Surprise, surprise, Cassie. But on this, you and I agree.
What's this?
A printout from the Register of World Surfing Titles. It shows Gary's titles were both major internationals, and so were his placings, whereas Dave's were just small regional comps.
That's true. Take a look.
Like you said, Cassie, no comparison.
So, what do we do now?
I guess we take another vote.
If that's what you think.
You know my vote. I think the choice is pretty clear-cut. But I'll leave it to you.
What do you think, Beck? Can you help us?
Well, everything that Charlie has said is true. It's also true that sometimes the best surfers don't necessarily make the best coaches. Now, both guys have their strengths, but ultimately it comes back to one basic point. You have to choose who you think is best for you.
Mind if I come in?
Sure.
We've taken the vote, and I've been delegated to come and tell you the result. You were pretty persuasive. We've thought about what you said, and we've changed our minds. We'll go with Gary. You don't look hugely thrilled. I thought you'd be pleased.
Oh, I am pleased. Yeah, I just hope that I'm right.
Don't worry. If it does go pear-shaped, we won't blame you. We might kill you, but we won't blame you.
Thanks, I feel much better about it already.
Good.
How weird was that? I set out to make the right choice for me. Somehow it became the right choice for everyone else too. It didn't exactly make me a lot of friends, but I can live with that. It's the result that matters.
Spotted where the good sets are?
Yeah, the reef's looking good again.
Why don't you come out in the middle with the rest of us?
Why would I do that when the waves and the reef are clearly better?
Maybe because it's the friendly thing to do.
You really think it's better to be friendly than right?
Not necessarily, but once in a while it doesn't hurt to make a different kind of choice.
Why is that?
Just to show that you can.
Well, maybe the waves are better in the middle. Slightly.
No point wondering about it then. Come on.